All right, so the flow for today is definitely going to be a bit more of a strength-based flow, very upper body, getting to the back line a little bit. We're going to take this toward Peacock or Mayurasana toward the end of class. If you don't remember Peacock, don't worry about it a whole lot. I'll go through a long, detailed demonstration before we get to that point. But all that said, this is definitely getting into the shoulders, the upper back, the chest. Have that in mind. If you go to the extended version of the pose, it gets into a lot of the back line of the body as well. So we'll be working on all these areas and working with a good bit of bent arm strength as well. So feel things out as best you can. See how far you can take things. And keep in mind, if you feel like you don't have a lot of upper body strength, working into things bit by bit is just where you want to take things to. Don't worry about going to some maximum of depth. As long as you feel what you're doing just fine. All that said, what I have to demonstrate here before we begin is going to be a variation of crow. And basically, I'm turning crow into a bit of a push-up. Now, when you look at me demonstrating this, it's going to look like it's easier to do than it actually is. All right? You don't have to go down as deep as I go. You're going to feel this definitely into the front of the shoulders as we go into this pose. And just work it as best you can. Don't get too hung up on just cranking everything down toward the floor, but really just try to hold on to your balance and work the bent arm strength here. So what's going to happen, if you just want to bypass all this and take the regular crow, you can always do that and just feel free. But you're going to start this in a forward fold. So basically your hand's going to be down like usual coming into crow, about shoulder width. Pressing your palms, dig your fingertips down, and then where the switch is up, you're going to bring your feet into center, lift your heels, come to sitting in your heels with the knees out wide, and the knees are going to squeeze into your arms, keep in mind. So initially, this is going to come into this more flattened version of crow that it's easier to hold from the beginning because you can just flatten this out. It doesn't take a whole lot of core engagement to begin. That will change rather rapidly, though. So from here, you're going to press down your hands, dig your fingertips down, lift your hips up as you need to just to keep the knees squeezing in, and then look forward, lean. When your feet lift, bring the big toes to touch. Now keep your gaze forward, even though I know you're going to want to look down. You're trying to pull your chest forward, keep in mind. As the legs squeeze in, give this a try. You're going to pull the elbows in toward you. Let the shoulders come down. You can always stop after coming down a couple inches and then come back up. Just keep your legs squeezing. But if you're able to take this deep, pull the elbows back, and then see about sinking down. Maybe bring your chin down to the floor. Come down as low as you can with the chest still open. Squeeze the legs in to press back up. And that's going to be a lot, keep in mind. I know it doesn't look like too much, but you're going to bring your feet down to the floor. If you want to bust out a bunch of reps, feel free if somehow that's easy for you. And there's a way you can take this in, where if you want to engage your crow a little bit further, if you got the energy, and you may be tapped out by when you come to this point, but you can always come into this pose, lower yourself down, and then when you come back in, use the inner thighs, squeeze in, maybe lift to that higher version of the crow and put the knees on your arms. And that is no small amount of effort either. Just work things as best you can. See how far you want to go with this today. Don't get too hung up if you can't bring your chin or your nose all the way down to the floor. Even coming down a couple inches and coming back up, you're definitely going to feel that effort. So just work it as best you can. And if you just want to hold on to a regular crow, that's fine as well. All depends on where you're at. Obviously, you have to be able to balance this to bring yourself down and lift back up. But feel things out and see where you want to take this today and just have all that in mind. So to start this, let's go ahead and bring this down onto our backs. And when you come down, go ahead and set this up with your feet a little wider than your hips. Lean the knees in towards center. This is all to help release your low back to the floor as much as you can. And once you set up your lower body here, take an inhale, reach your arms out long past your head and keep this active, keep reaching. So stretch long through your fingertips, keep your hands up off the floor. Reach up from your shoulders and let your shoulders crowd around your ears. And just hold on to that. While you're reaching, pull your low ribs in, press your low back down on the floor. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, just relax this. Bring your shoulders down, let your elbows bend. Keep your palms open toward the ceiling. And maybe just keep your arms here. And if for whatever reason you want to change that position, you always bend to the elbows and bring the hands closer in, or maybe bring the hands out wider. But find a position that lets your shoulders sink down, lets your chest open up. And then just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in like this. Let your mind quiet down. And then just start to deepen your breathing. So the inhales, pulling as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top. And then when you exhale, just constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. Now when you're ready, here, take a deep inhale. And when you exhale, just open your eyes. And just take things slow. With your next inhale, stretch your arms out long past your head again. And then with your exhale, just bring your arms down to your sides. Back and forth. Inhale, reaches out long. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, reaches out long. Exhale, arms down to your sides again. Inhale, reaches out long. And now with the exhale this time, bring the arms down but curl up as well. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, stay lifted. Belly pulled in, low back down, look forward. And let's take it back and forth from here. So with your next inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl forward and try to lift a little higher each time. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl forward again. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl forward. Now inhale, roll this out long. And then just keep reaching. So keep your hands off the floor, stretch long past your head. And just switch the position of your feet. Step the left foot into the center of the mat. And cross the right leg tightly over the left. Now squeeze your legs together. Think of this as an eagle bind. And as your legs are squeezing, we'll take it back and forth. So with an inhale, stretch to your fingertips. And then with the exhale, curl, but reach to the right of your legs. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl right again. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl to your right side. Keep your legs squeezing. Inhale, roll this out long. And then exhale, curl this right. Inhale, roll this out long. And then with the exhale, curl right one more time. Now inhale, roll this out long and keep reaching past your head. And then just switch the cross. Right foot to the floor, left leg crosses tightly over the right. Take an inhale, stretch to your fingertips. And then with the exhale, curl left this time. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl this left again. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl to your left side. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl left again. Inhale, roll this out. And then with your exhale, curl this left one more time. Inhale, roll this out long. And then with the exhale, just bring the hands down to the floor. Arms are still past your head. Undo the cross for your legs. And just bring the feet back about hips width distance. So the knees are still high. Now as you're stretching long through your fingertips here, just fold the knees over to the right and over to the left a little bit. And just let your body loosen up and twist. And then bring this back into center. Set the feet flat. And when you use this position for a variation of bridge, the feet and knees are about hips width distance apart. Bring the heels in close so you can flatten your low back as completely as possible while you're down. And then arms reaching long past your head, make this active. So stretch long through the fingertips, but keep the hands down. And press into the shoulders, press into the backs of the hands. Keep your gaze up high. Now up and down from here with an inhale. Press into your feet, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. With the exhale, roll your spine back down. Inhale, press your hips up high. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips up again. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, press your hips up high. And then with the exhale, lower. Now inhale, lift up one more time and hold here. Keep your glutes squeezing, keep the hips lifted like this, and keep the shoulders down. And then without letting go of the glutes at all, take an inhale, stretch to your fingertips. And with the exhale, just bring your arms down to your sides. Hips are still high. Inhale, reach this out long. Exhale, arms down to your sides again. Inhale, reach this out long. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, reach this out long. Now with the exhale, bring the arms down one more time and hold here. Press your palms into the floor. Keep your glutes squeezing. And if you can take it further, press into your toes. Lift your heels up off the floor and press the hips up even higher. And just breathe with this. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring everything back down. Now once you're down, bring your knees to your chest, bring your hands to your knees, squeeze everything in tight for a moment. Now you can pull the knees out wide, maybe rock a little bit side to side, but just breathe with this. If you're moving side to side, bring this back into center. Now from center, just lift your head, lift your shoulders, bring your nose close to your knees, and then just roll this forward to a seat. Now once you're up, just keep your feet down on the floor, hands set behind you about shoulder width, and we're going to stretch the chest and take this into the wrists a little bit as well. So hands behind the shoulders about shoulder width, and walk your hands back. If you can, point your fingertips forward. If you need to, point the fingertips out to the sides, right and left. But press into the palms, dig your fingertips down, bend the elbows, squeeze them toward each other. And then to take this deeper, slide your butt forward toward your heels and just take this as far as you like. Your chest pulls forward, the elbows and shoulders pull back. Squeeze the elbows toward each other and grip the floor with your fingertips. Now, to take this back and forth, just twisting a little bit, pull the knees over to your right side and just keep that twist with your chest pulling forward, look over to the left. Now, if you want to take it deeper, maybe extend your left leg right. Now, pull your shoulders back, try to squeeze your elbows toward each other and just breathe. And then go ahead, bring that left foot down if it's lifted. Bring the knees through center to your left side. And then bring your gaze over to the right. Again, shoulders back, chest forward, elbows toward each other. Maybe extend your right leg left and just hold here. And then come back to center. Bring both feet flat to the floor. Walk your hands in so you can sit this upright. And once you're up, just take the weight off your hands, shake them out a little bit, roll your shoulders out for a moment. Since we're here, we'll take this up in a reverse tabletop. So feet in front of you, about hips width distance apart. Hands behind the shoulders, about shoulder width. Palms down. Now fingertips forward if you can. If you need to, just point the fingertips to the sides. Press down. Lift your seat up off the floor. And let's go up and down from here. So with an inhale, press your hips up high. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press up high. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then exhale, lower. Now with your next inhale, press high and just hold. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep that lift. You can look forward, look up, hang your head back, whatever you like. Keep pressing your chest up toward the ceiling. And then if you can take it further, dig down into your heels, lift your toes up off the floor, and try to drag the heels toward your hands to get an even higher lift of your hips. Keep breathing. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just come all the way down. Now once you're down, take a moment, shake your hands out a little bit. And then once you're ready, go ahead, take hold of your knees, squeeze them in toward your chest, and sit this upright. We're going to take this into boat. So as you squeeze the thighs in tight, lean back, take the weight off your feet, and just try to sit this up as tall as you can as you balance on your sit bones. And then go ahead and release your grip. Stay balanced here, arms at your sides. And then bring the shins up toward parallel with the floor. Now hold your balance. Try to keep the thighs pulled in close. Sit this up tall. And if you want to stay here, that's fine. But if you can take it further, reach your arms forward straight. Palms together, fingers in a lace, index fingers point forward, and the legs stay where they are. Now from here, just turn to the right. Bring the fingertips down to the right side as far as you can go. And then come back to center. And then turn to the left and bring your fingertips down. Legs stay in position back to center here. Now if that's too easy, lean back and you extend your legs. And then either way, whether you took it down or stayed up, go ahead and bring the fingertips down to the right as far as you can go. And then come back up to center. And then down to your left side. And back to center here. Over to the right again. Keep your legs in place. Come back into center. And then down to the left again. And then bring it back to center. Just a couple more rounds. Fingertips down to the right again. Hold your balance. Come back to center. Fingertips down to the left again. And then back to center here. One more time to the right. Come back to center. One more time to the left. Bring it back to center. If you took it low, come up higher. And then just release. Set your feet down, set your hands down. Go ahead, fold your knees side to side for a moment. And just take a couple breaths. And then once you're ready, just come into center, cross at the ankles, roll forward your hands and find all fours. And once you're in all fours, give yourself a moment here, move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let the shoulders and hips move side to side and just feel things out. And just take a moment here, loosen up your spine. Maybe shake your legs out a little bit after all that compression. And then go ahead, bring yourself back into center in all fours, and let's take this into the wrists. So just keep your hips stacked over your knees here to begin, but walk the hands a little bit closer. So maybe about 1 or 2 hands lengths forward of your knees. Make your hands into fists. 4 fingers into your palms, thumbs outside. Press the fists into the floor like you're punching straight down with the hands at shoulder width. Now just take it back and forth like this and keep the fingers curled into fists the whole time. So bend it to the right wrist. Come all the way to the back of the right hand. You can bend the elbow as much as you need. And then up onto the knuckles. Do the same on the left side. And then come back up and just take it back and forth like this. Now as you're going back and forth, you can bend the elbows deep and just go mellow with that wrist stretch. If you want to make it more intense, you can try to keep the arms straighter. But either way, keep your fingers curled in the whole time. And just let the stretch move from the backs of the hands through the wrists up into the forearms. And then the next time you come onto the back of the right hand, just keep it down. Come to the back of the left hand as well. And then press the hands into each other. Now as the hands press together, work to straighten your arms as much as you can. Don't force it. You probably won't come up all the way. But then let's go back and forth from here. So go bend the elbows out wide, sink your chest low to the floor. Press back up towards straight. And just keep on moving down and up like this and try to straighten just a little bit further each time. And then the next time you come up towards straight arms, just hold here. Now keep your hands pressed together. Try to straighten your arms as best you can. The fingers stay curled in. And just breathe into that stretch. Let it move through the wrists up into the forearms. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, release. Come up onto the fingertips. Down to sitting on your heels and take a moment. Shake your hands out. And we're not quite done. One more wrist stretch from here. And this is going to be one of the entries for Peacock. So while you're on your heels, bring the knees out wide, wider than your hips. So big toes point toward each other. Maybe they touch. And this is like you come into child's pose with your legs. Now, the hands come down on the line that you can draw between your knees. Palms down. Fingertips to the sides at least. Try to rotate the fingers all the way toward your feet. And just set your hands down on that line about shoulder width. Now flatten your palms, spread your fingers wide, grip the floor with your fingertips. Keep your seat low to your heels, and pull your chest forward between the upper arms. Now bend the elbows in toward you, and you're trying to press the elbows in toward your rib cage. Keep in mind, it might be the muscles of your core, but keep that weight in your hands with the elbows bent like this, and this is the position that we start from. So to take this further, keep looking forward, keep your gaze forward, go slow, bend the elbows, just bring the shoulders down a little bit. And then press back to where you started, but keep the weight in your hands. And just keep on taking this back and forth. Now look forward rather than down. Keep pulling your chest forward. Keep gripping with your fingers. And once you get the hang of this, maybe come down lower. Don't go too fast. You don't want to jam your face into the floor, keep in mind. But see about taking this just a little bit deeper each time. And then the next time you come forward, stay forward. Now keep your chest pulling forward, keep the gaze forward, shoulders back, keep gripping the floor with your fingers. If this is good enough, stay here. And if you can take it further, maybe slide the knees out wider. That'll flatten your body, put more weight on your hands. And if you want just a little taste of Peacock, lean forward and just see about hovering your knees up off the floor a little bit. And then go ahead and let that go. Bring your knees down, come up onto the fingertips, down to sitting on your heels. And take a moment, shake your hands out. Loosen up your fingers, loosen up your wrists. And we'll come back into that setup toward the end of class, keep in mind. When you're ready, bring yourself back into all fours. Now this is a little bit more to warm things up before we go to the main part of the flow. So from all fours, let's take this into dolphin. Bring both forearms down. And I got the choice. You can keep your forearms parallel with the palms down, or press your palms together. Just keep your elbows at shoulder width. And then whichever version you tuck the toes of both feet. Lift your knees up off the floor and bring your hips up high. Now once you find that lift, just feel it out. You can just keep the knees bent if you like, or walk the feet further and get your hips up higher still. But whatever you do, press in your hands, distribute the weight along the length of your forearms, not just at the elbows. The hands should be grounded completely. And you should feel that in the shoulders as well. You can let your head hang and stay here. Now if you can take this further, we're going to move from the legs from this position. So to move further, go ahead, raise your right leg high, and then bend the right knee, scorpion the pose. Hang the right foot left, let your body twist. And then straighten your right leg and bring that foot down. Other side, left leg high. Bend your left knee, scorpion on this side, left foot right. Straighten your left leg and set that foot down. Right leg high again. Bend the right knee and bring that foot all the way over to your left side. Straighten your right leg and bring the foot back down. Left leg high. Bend your left knee, hang your left foot right. Go ahead, straighten the leg and bring the foot down. One more round, right leg high. Bend the right knee, move into scorpion, hang that right foot left. And then straighten your right leg, bring the foot back down. Left leg high one more time. Bend your left knee, scorpion, left foot to the right. And then left leg high, bring the foot back down. And then go bring your knees to the floor. Come back up onto your hands. And once you're in all fours, give yourself a moment here, move around. And then from all fours, we're going to take this back into dolphin, and we're just taking a little break because I don't want to kill everybody here. That was just an intermission. So bring your forearms back down to the floor. And then once you're down, again, you can have the palms flat with the forearms parallel or press the palms together, whatever suits you best. Just keep the elbows at shoulder width. And then tuck the toes of both feet. Lift your knees, bring your hips up high, and maybe walk your feet further and get your hips up higher still. Now, just like before, be sure you're pushing into your hands. Keep the forearms grounded. If you want to stay here, that's fine. If you're going to take it further, I'm going to cue this into dolphin push-ups. So for that, with an inhale, bring your chin forward as far as you can. And then press it back, hips up high. Forward for 2. And then press this back again. Forward for 3. And then press this back. Forward for 4. Press it back again. And then forward for 5. And press it back. Now forward for 6. Press this back again. And forward for 7. Press it back. Now forward for 8. Press this back again. And then forward for 9. And press it back. Now forward for 10. Press it back one more time. And then go bring your knees down. And come up to all fours. Now give yourself a moment to move around here and breathe. And then just one more thing before we move on. So from all fours, we're going to take the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Tuck the toes of both feet. And we're going to bring this into more of a crouch. So I want you to just hover your knees just above the floor. Now, I'm going to work with bent arms here. Now, keep in mind, as you bend your elbows, keep your arms parallel. And we'll take this from side to side to begin. The knees stay lifted. But just bend the right elbow. And then bring the right forearm down to the floor parallel to the short side of your mat. And then come back up to a straight right arm. Do the same with the left elbow. Pull it back. Bring the forearm down parallel to the left edge. And then come back up. Now keep gripping with both hands. Bend both elbows. Bring them straight back. Set your forearms down parallel. And then come back up straight arms. And then again like that. Bend the elbows back toward you. Bring the forearms down parallel. Now if you want to take this further, see about bring your chin forward, maybe touch the floor. And then bring your weight back. Grip your mat back up to straight arms. A few more times like that. Pull the elbows in toward you. See about setting the forearms down. This could be enough. Maybe bring your chin down to the floor. And then from wherever you are, grip your mat, come back up to straight. 2 more times. Pull the elbows in toward you. Set the forearms down parallel. Maybe bring your chin all the way down. And then grip your mat, press back up to straight. 1 last time. Pull the elbows in toward you. Set the forearms down parallel. Maybe touch your chin to the floor. And then again, grip your mat, press back up to straight 1 more time. And set your knees down. And give yourself a moment here. Just move around. Breathe. Now you can move however you like. You can just stay here and breathe and take a little break if you want. Maybe take another stretch before you move on. But whenever you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. Now once you move into your down dog, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Flatten your palms so you can feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. And then sink your chest down low to the floor. Now as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high as you can toward the ceiling. Keep that long reach of the upper body. So let everything straighten out. Draw through the belly, around the low ribs. Keep some tension to your core. Stretch your spine long to press the hips up higher still. And if your legs are tight, if your hamstrings are tight, just bend the knees and let that go. And you can always just pedal this out and let your hips move side to side. Stay loose. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, step to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang. Let your spine round. And let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows. Maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and release any grip that you have. Keep the bend in the knees and slowly restack your spine. So round this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And with the exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe. Set an intention. Let your mind clear. Find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with the next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine. Put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly. And then just release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift this up halfway, fingertips to the floor to your shins, lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to the mat and step this back to high plank. Now find your shape. Wrists the shoulders, palms press to the floor, press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling, stay lifted. And take an inhale. And with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep your body in line. Elbows pulled into your sides, lower with control, all the way down into your belly. Once you're down, flatten the feet up behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And let's take this up and down through low cobras. With an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel this up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now just stay lifted here. Now keep the lift in the upper body, press into your feet. Take some more all the way out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, pull the shoulders back, keep your gaze forward. Work to lift this up a little bit higher still. Now take an inhale. Exhale, roll this back down. Now before we move on, I want you to reach your right arm forward, lay your left arm down at your side. We're going to take a half bow variation here. So bend the right elbow so the right forearm's parallel to the front edge of the mat. Bend your right knee, reach back with your left hand, and find whatever grip you can, the foot, the ankle, maybe the shin. Now before you take this anywhere else, with an inhale, just lift your head, neck, and chest, look forward, and pay attention to that right arm. Now press your right arm to the floor, pull your chest forward, reach the crown of the head toward the ceiling, and then kick into your left hand. Now as you kick into that hand, draw the shoulder forward, lift that right knee higher, hold that tension. Kick into your left foot, bring your weight forward toward your belly, and just breathe. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just release this, bring yourself down. Switch it out, right arm down at your side, left arm reaches forward. Bend the left elbow so that forearm's parallel to the front edge. Bend your left knee and reach back with your right hand. Find whatever grip you can here. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, just lift your head, neck, and chest, look forward. Use that left arm, press into the floor, draw your chest forward, and reach the top of the head up. And then kick into your right hand, and draw the right shoulder forward to lift that left knee higher. Now kick into the right foot, bring your weight forward toward your belly, keep breathing here. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, slowly bring this down. Now with your chin on the mat, bring both arms down to your sides. We're going to take the full pose. So bend into both knees and reach back with both hands. Now you have two options here. You can bring the hands to the outside edges of the feet. If you want more of a shoulder opener, you can bring the hands to the inside edge. Just work with what suits you best. If you're having trouble reaching, just reach your arms back. You can engage your glutes and try to lift your knees. So with an inhale, just lift your head, neck, and chest. Look forward. Now if you're reaching back, squeeze your glutes, stretch long through the fingertips, and just try to lift your knees up off the floor. Press your hips down. If you have that grip, kick into your hands. Now draw your shoulders forward, bring your knees up higher. Keep your gaze forward, top of the head toward the ceiling. Bring the weight forward toward your belly. Keep breathing here. And as the knees lift, squeeze them toward each other, not too much outside hips width distance. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, slowly come down. Arms at your sides, bring your knees to the floor. You can windshield wiper your legs side to side if you like. And then when you're ready, just bring your feet down. Now hands back under the shoulders, elbows into your sides, press the palms down to the floor. And let's take it to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward, let your hips hang, stand the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active, work to lift your knees up from the mat. To take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes, try to pull the hips forward to deepen and lengthen the arc through the front. Lift with the arms, lift up through your shoulders, keep your chest pulling forward, and keep your neck long as well. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, pull your belly in. Bring your hips up high, back to down dog. Take a moment here, paddle out. Let your hips move side to side. And then we'll take this to our sun salutation. Steady movement, take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, reach the arms up high. Exhale, fold this all the way back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And with the exhale, hands to the mat, chaturangas. Next, high plank to low. Now with an inhale, open up your chest, lift your gaze up, dog or cobra. And then with the exhale, pull your belly in, bring your hips up high to down dog. 2 more rounds like that. Keep it steady, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, reaches up high. And then with the exhale, fold, bring it all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift. And with the exhale, hands to the floor, high plank the lows next. Now with an inhale, open up, draw forward. Exhale, pull back in, and bring your hips back up. One last round, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, reach this up high. Exhale, all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift here. And then with the exhale, set the hands, chaturanga. Now with an inhale, open up, draw this forward. Exhale, pull back in, bring your hips back up. And just find your downward facing dog and breathe here. Now from your downward facing dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And then bend your right knee open to a scorpion dog. So bend your right knee, hang the right foot left. Let your body twist, keep your shoulders squared, look forward. Now as you hold this, we're going to work the arms a little bit, so keep that twist. But bend the left elbow. See about bringing that forearm down, maybe to the floor, just take it as low as you can. And then grip the floor, straighten that left arm. Keep your scorpion dog, bend the right elbow. And bring that elbow down low, maybe set the forearm down. Press back up to straight. Now from here, you're still in that scorpion dog, grip the floor, and then start to bend both elbows. Maybe come down a little bit. And if you come down all the way, remember you got to lift back up. And then grip your mat, press back up to straight. Now with an inhale, straighten your right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale forward, knee to chest, shoulders or wrists. Now inhale your right leg high. Exhale forward and twist, knee to left elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to left elbow one more time, hold here. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, just set the right foot down and step your left foot forward next to the right, forward fold. When you're ready, with an inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, reach this up high. And with the exhale, sink into chair. Put the weight to your heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you settle in, pay attention to your stance. Feet not too wide within hips width distance. Big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. I'm going to bind this low. So wrap the right arm around your low back, palm facing away. Bring it to the left side. Left hand meets the right. Now palms together, fingers in the lace, shoulders pulled back. Keep your chest open, keep your gaze forward. You can sink this down lower still. Now while you hold this, lift your toes up off the floor. And as we take it back and forth, keep your knees bent like this. So roll this forward, bring your heels up high. And then set your heels down. Come forward again, lift your heels. And then set them back down. Keep your gaze forward, roll forward, heels up high. Bring the heels back down. Forward again, lift your heels. And then set them back down. Now one more time forward, heels stay high. Hold on to this, keep your gaze forward, keep breathing. Shoulders back. And if you want to sink down lower, you can hinge from the knees. Maybe hinge from your hips, but your shoulders still pulled back, your chest is still pulled forward. Keep your gaze forward. And then slowly just set the left heel down. Now pressing your left foot, come to standing with your right knee high. And find your balance here. Grip the floor with that left big toe. Slowly breathing down. And then once you're ready, the right arm stays bound, but release your left hand. Now reach your left hand across. Take hold of your right thigh. And keep that knee up high with that grip. Now move to a standing twist. Draw the right shoulder back. Open up your chest to the right side as far as you can. Point the toes of the right foot down. And this might be good enough right here. Now if you want to take it further, just go back and forth. Extend the right leg forward as best you can. And then bend the knee, but keep it high. Keep your twist. Extend your right leg forward as best you can. Bend the knee, but keep it high. One more time. Extend that right leg forward as best you can. Try to hold here. Stay upright. Stay twisted. And then slowly just bend the right knee. Keep it high. And release your hands. Now turn back to center. Hands to your hips. And then set the right foot down. Switch this out. Come to standing with your left knee high. Now take a moment to find your balance here. Grip the floor with the right big toe. Once you're ready, line the left knee up with the right. We'll take a dancer variation. So take a cross grip. Reach back with your right hand. Find the inside edge of your left foot. Now once you've got that grip, just kick in your hand. Let this pull your shoulder back. And keep the left hand, your left hip, pull that shoulder back as well. We're going to go back and forth hinging. Put a little bend on the right knee. Keep your gaze forward. Keep your chest open. And then slowly hinge from the right hip. Hinge down toward halfway. Just take it to where you can control. And now keep kicking to that right hand. Bring yourself back upright and put the knees back into line. Again like that. Lean forward, hinge from the right hip. Keep the shoulders pulled back, chest forward. Keep your gaze forward. Take it toward a halfway fold. And then hinge back up toward vertical with the knees back in line. One more time like that. Kick into your right hand. Lean this forward. Take it down toward halfway and hold here. Now you're still looking forward, but try to sink down lower. Deeper bend on the right knee, come down further. And then release your left hand to the floor over to the left side a little bit. Now this is your setup for a bound revolved half moon, so I've kind of tricked you to coming into this. Lift the right shoulder, look to the right, and keep your twist, and this is good enough. Maybe straighten the right leg, but keep kicking to that right hand, pull the shoulder back and open up your chest to the right. Keep breathing here. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, just release this. Both hands down, left foot steps back. And then from your low lunge, we'll take it down lower. So left knee down and left foot flat behind. Now sink your hips down, press them forward. And then when you're ready, it's Anjaneyasana. So with an inhale, open this up, reach the arms up and back, gaze up high, and just hold here. Let the hips sink low toward the front. Now stretch this out long. Feel all that length through the front of the left side and just breathe into this for a moment. Now hold on to your shape and just move through the arms. Take an inhale as you stretch to your fingertips. With the exhale, pull the elbows out wide and open up your chest further. Inhale, reach this up and back. Exhale, draw the elbows out wide, shoulders back. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, one more time, pull the elbows out wide, let your head fall further back. Keep breathing here. Hips are still low. With your next inhale, look forward, reach up high. And then hands to your hips. Now push into the right foot, stack your hips over your left knee. We're going to go back into that deep lunge. We're going to take an arm bind from here. So you've got two choices. You can bring this into a full Gomukhasana bind, and if you're interested in that, bring the right arm across your low back, palm facing away. But then you need to be able to bring that right hand up between your shoulder blades. So this isn't necessarily going to be accessible for everybody. Take the full bind. Left arm from above. Find that grip somewhere in between. Now, if you can't get the fingers together, don't sweat it. Take this alternative. Left hand behind your head, palm facing in. And then right palm faces the other way. Clasp your fingers and pull the left arm behind your head with the right hand and press your head back into that left arm. Keep your shoulders pulled back, keep your chest open. Right elbow toward the floor. Now, whichever bind you have, sink back into that right knee. Let the hips come down low. Bring your gaze up high, chest still open. And then take this as a little bit of a side bend. Draw that right elbow toward the floor. Look down to the right. And keep the left side of your body pulling forward. Now, if you can take it further still, kick into your left foot, maybe just hover the left knee up off the floor, and that will engage this pose even further. And just breathe with this. Everybody take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. Both hands down around that right foot. Tuck the toes of your left foot, lift your left knee. And when you're ready, step the left foot forward next to the right, forward fold. Now from that fold, take an inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set your hands down. We're going to take that crow push-up. So the hands are shoulder width. Dig your fingertips down, flatten your palms. Feet together, lift your heels. Come down to sitting in the heels with the knees wide outside your arms. Now as you grip, look forward, pull your chest forward right away. Lift your hips as much as you need to, but shoulders forward, pull the elbows toward you. Keep the legs squeezing in from the beginning. And then as you lean forward, when the feet lift, bring your toes to touch. Now, once you got your balance, just stay relatively flat. Legs are still active. Pull the elbows back, sink the shoulders down maybe a little bit. Maybe take it down deep. You can bring this down with your chin toward the floor. Try to keep looking forward the whole time. Squeeze your legs in to come back up. And you're welcome to play around, but when you're ready, take it through your vinyasa. And we'll meet in down dog. Once you find it down dog, give yourself a moment, just breathe. Now we'll take all that to the other side. So when you're ready with an inhale, raise your left leg high. Left leg lifted, bring this into your scorpion dog right away. Bend your left knee, hang the left foot right, let your body twist, keep the shoulders square. Now while you hold this, look forward, grip the floor with both hands. And then just bend the right elbow, maybe bring the forearm all the way down. Grip the floor, press back up to straight. And then bend your left elbow, and maybe bring that forearm all the way down. Press back up to straight, still look forward. Bend both elbows. Now, if you're going to come down all the way, be sure you can lift back up. Press back up to straight. With an inhale, straighten your left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, your left leg high. Exhale, twist, knee to right elbow. Inhale, your left leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow, stay forward and hold. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just set the left foot down. Bring the right foot forward next to the left forward fold. Take an inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to stand and reach us up high. And then with the exhale, sink back into chair. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now again, feet within hips width distance, not too wide. Big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. Now bind it low. Left arm across your low back, palm facing away, all the way to the right side. Right hand meets the left. Palms together, fingers interlaced, shoulders pulled back, chest open. Maybe sink this down lower yet. Now keep your knees bent, lift your toes up off the floor, and take it back and forth. Roll this forward, heels up high. And then set your heels down. Bring it forward again, lift your heels. And then set them back down. Forward again, heels up high. Come back down. Be sure your knees stay bent. Roll it forward, lift your heels. And then come back down. One more time forward, heels stay high. Hold this here. Shoulders back, chest forward. Maybe bend the knees, maybe hinge from the hips and sink down lower, but keep looking forward. And then we're just set the right heel down. Now push into the right foot. Bring yourself up to standing with your left knee high. Find your balance here. Grip the floor with the right big toe. Slow your breathing down. Now once you're ready, left arm stays bound, but release the right hand. Right hand reaches across. Take hold of your left thigh. Use that grip to keep the knee lifted. And then move into your twist. Draw your left shoulder back and open up your chest to the left side. Now as you hold this, point the toes of the left foot down. And then see about taking this back and forth. Extend your left leg forward as best you can. Bend the knee, but keep it high. Again, extend your left leg forward. Keep your twist. Bend the knee, but keep it high. One more time. Left leg forward. Try to hold that. Left shoulder still pulled back. You're still balancing here. And then bend the knee, but keep it high. Now turn to center. Bring your hands to your hips. And then switch it out. Left foot comes down. Bring yourself to standing with your right knee high this time. Now press into your left big toe. Slow your breathing down. Be sure you're balanced. And then line the right knee up with the left. Now take the cross grip. Left hand comes back. Find the inside edge of your right foot. Once you have that grip, kick in your hand. Let this pull your left shoulder back. Right hand's on the right hip. That shoulder stays back as well. Keep your chest open. Keep looking forward. Put a little bend in your left knee. And then take it back and forth, hinging. So hinge from the left hip. Fold this down toward halfway. Keep your gaze forward the whole time. And then hinge back up to vertical. And bring the knees back into line. Again, hinge from your left hip. Chest open. Keep looking forward. Keep your shoulders pulled back. And then hinge back up the vertical. Knees back in line. One more time. Hinge from your left hip. Bring your chest forward. Come down toward halfway. Keep your shoulders back. Keep breathing here. Keep kicking to that left hand. Now sink down further. Bend your left knee. Come down lower. And then release your right hand down to the mat a little bit to the right. And again, we're taking that bound revolved half moon. So kick into that left hand, lift your left shoulder, open your chest to the left side. Maybe straighten your left leg if you want to take it there. Everybody take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release. Both hands down, right foot steps back, come into your low lunge. Take it lower, right knee down, right foot flat behind. Sink your hips down, press them forward. When you're ready with an inhale, open this up, reach up and back, gaze up high, and then just settle in. Now let your hips sink low toward the front of the mat. Lengthen out the front of the right side. Keep breathing here. And then hold on to your shape and just move from the arms. Take an inhale as you reach to your fingertips. With the exhale, pull the elbows out wide. Let your head fall further back. Inhale, reaches up and back. Exhale, elbows wide. Open up your chest. Inhale, reach up and back. One more time. Pull the elbows out wide. Hold here. With your next inhale, reach up, look forward. And then hands to your hips, press in that left foot, stack the hips over your right knee. Now again, we'll take the arm bind before we come back into that shape. If you want to take the full Gomukhasana bind, left arm behind your low back, palm facing away, but you got to bring that elbow up between the shoulder blades. Right arm from above, see about finding that grip in between. Now if you need the other bind, right hand behind your head, palm facing in. Left palm faces the other way, clasp your fingers. And then with your left hand, pull the right arm behind your head. Press your head back into your right arm. Keep your shoulders back. Keep your chest open. And then with whatever bind you have, sink this forward again. Now keep that right hip pulling forward. Bring your gaze up high. And then take it into the side bend. So start to look down to the left and lean down to the left. Keep that right hip pulling forward. Keep breathing. If you want to go deeper, kick into the right foot. Maybe hover the right knee up off the floor to bring this into a little bit deeper intensity. Everybody take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release both hands down around that left foot. Tuck the toes of the right foot, lift the right knee. And then bring the right foot forward next to the left, forward fold. Take an inhale, lift it halfway up. With the exhale, set the hands shoulder width. We'll take that crow push-up again. So dig your fingertips down, feet together. Lift your heels, sit on the heels, and bring the knees wide of your arms. Now, as you grip the floor, look forward. Lift the hips as you need to. Squeeze the legs in right away. Shoulders forward, elbows back. Go slow. And then once the feet lift, toes to touch. Now, give it a try. Pull your elbows back. Maybe dip the shoulders down just a couple inches. Maybe take it deep. You can work to get your chin down toward the floor. But then squeeze the legs in as you bring it back up. And then whenever you're ready, take it to Vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, take a moment, paddle things out. Now we'll bring this into the next sequence. So from your downward facing dog, inhale the right leg high. With your right leg lifted, move to that scorpion dog again. Bend the right knee, hang the right foot left, and keep the twist. Look forward, grip the floor with both hands. And then just working the arms from here. Bend your left elbow. Maybe bring it all the way down. And then press back up to straight. Bend your right elbow. Sink down maybe all the way to the floor. Press back up to straight. Look forward. Now both elbows. Maybe sink down a little bit. Maybe all the way, but you got to come back up. Press back to straight. Inhale the right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, twist, knee to left elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to left elbow one more time. Hold here. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just set the right foot down at the front of the mat. Bring your left foot forward next to the right. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold this down. Inhale to standing, reach up high. And then with the exhale, sink in the chair again. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now, once you're ready, let's bind this at the low back. Bring both hands behind. Interlace the fingers, pull the palms together. Keep your shoulders pulled back and keep your chest open. Maybe sink down lower still. Now, keep your knees bent. Lift your toes up off the floor. And then back and forth. Roll this forward with the heels up high. Set your heels down. Bring it forward again. Lift your heels. And then set them back down. Forward again. Heels up high. Roll back down. Forward, lift your heels, and then come back down. One more time forward and heels stay high. Keep your gaze forward, keep breathing. If you want to go deeper, you can hinge from the knees. Maybe hinge from the hips, but your shoulders are still pulled back. You keep your gaze forward, keep your chest open. Now from wherever you are, just set the right heel down. And then when you're ready, push into the right foot, come to standing with your left knee high. Take a moment, find your balance, and keep the shoulders pulled back. Now we're just going to move from this position. So you put just a little bend of your right knee, and then touch the left heel of the right knee. Sink down. Bring the left knee to touch your right calf. Come back up, heel to knee. Bring it back down, knee to calf. One more time up, heel to knee. Sink back down, knee to calf. Now hold here. Now keep the bind. We're going to take this to a version of half moon. So extend your left leg back, but lift your left shoulder and lift your left hip. Keep looking forward. And maybe just bring your body toward diagonal. That's fine. Now, if you can take it further, maybe start to hinge forward. Lead with your right shoulder. Look forward, left shoulder and left hip high. And if you're going to take it deep, you can bring your body toward parallel with the floor. Keep that right leg strong. And just breathe here. All right, everybody, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bend the right knee, set your left foot down, open up to the left side. And just keep the arm bind. We're taking this into a straddle stance. So both legs straight, heels in, toes out. You can go wide or go narrow, whatever your hips allow. And then with your shoulders pulled back, take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, lead with your chest, fold down to halfway and hold. Now keep looking forward, keep your shoulders pulled back, keep that bind. And keep the forward fold. Now just bring your torso as far to the right as you can. And lift your right shoulder and twist, holding that fold. And then still with your chest facing the floor, come through center, all the way to the left side. And then lift your left shoulder, move to the twist on this side. Now back through center. Bring it all the way to the right again. Lift your right shoulder as high as you can. Now keep that halfway fold and come back into center. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach the arms out wide. And then with the exhale, set the right hand on the floor straight down. Reach your left arm straight up. And this is a grounded twist with that halfway fold. Now stack your left shoulder above the right. Look up toward the ceiling. Both legs are still straight. To go deeper, take a half bind. Left arm behind your back, palm face away. Pull that shoulder further back. And just breathe here for a moment. Now keep your left shoulder high, but look straight down at your right hand. And we're going to take this down to Skandasana. Your right hand stays where it is, but lift your left heel and bend your left knee. Now sink down to the left side. So come down to sitting on that left heel. Right leg stays straight, but point the toes up toward the ceiling. The heel stays on the floor. Now this is good enough right here. Keep the left shoulder pulled back. If you want to, you can fold down in between your legs. Maybe bring that right forearm down. Now if you want to work your balance, keep yourself upright and keep the right arm straight. And then maybe drag the right hand in closer so you can sit this up taller. Left shoulder still pulled back. If you want to balance this further, lift your right hand, make your hand into a fist. Reach the right arm in line with the right leg. And keep the right shoulder and left shoulder pulled back. Your chest stays open. If you're going to balance like this, you have to press aggressively into both feet. It's supposed to be tricky, keep in mind. Everybody take an inhale. And with the exhale, release both hands down in between your knees. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Step that left foot forward. With an inhale, lift it up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands down, back to that crow push-up again. So the hands are shoulder width, dig your fingertips down, feet together. Lift your heels, sit on the heels with the knees out wide of your arms. Now squeeze the legs in, look forward, lift the hips as you need to, shoulders forward, elbows back, take it slow, keep your gaze forward. And once the feet lift, toes to touch. Now give the push-up a try. Pull the elbows back, maybe to sink the shoulders down a little bit. Maybe go deep and bring your chin down toward the floor. But then squeeze your legs back in, lift back up. Take it to where you like. Move through your vinyasa when you're ready. Once you find your down dog, take a moment, paddle out. And let's take all that to the other side. So from your down dog, inhale the left leg high. Bend your left knee, hang the left foot right, scorpion dog, keep the twist. Look forward toward your hands, and then just take it bit by bit. Bend the right elbow, maybe bring it all the way down, and then straighten the right arm, you still got that twist. Bend the left elbow, take it down low, maybe all the way. Press back up, you're still in that scorpion dog. Now look forward, bend into both elbows, grip the floor. Maybe a little bit, maybe bring the forearms all the way down. Press back up to straight. Inhale, straighten your left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, your left leg high. Exhale, twist, knee to right elbow. Inhale, the left leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow, twist one more time and hold. And then set the left foot down and step the right foot forward next to the left forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to stand and reach up high. And with the exhale, sink back into chair. Put the weight to your heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now, once you got your stance, bring the hands to your low back. Find the grip that feels strange. Interlace the fingers, pull the palms together. Keep your shoulders pulled back and keep your chest open. Maybe sink lower still. Now, lift your toes up off the floor and take it back and forth. Roll this forward, heels up high, knees stay bent. And then set your heels back down. Bring it forward again, lift your heels. And then roll back down. Forward again, heels up high. And then set your heels down. Bring it forward, lift your heels. And then sink back down. One more time forward. Heels stay high. Keep breathing here if you want to go deeper. Maybe hinge from the knees and the hips, but keep your shoulders pulled back, chest open, keep your gaze forward. And then just set the left heel down. Now push your left foot, come to standing with your right knee high. Hold here. Slow your breathing down, grip the floor with the left big toe. Now when you're ready, just keep a little bend on your left knee. And let's move from here. Right heel touches your left knee. And then sink down, right knee to left calf. Keep looking forward. Bring it back up again, heel to knee. And then sink back down, knee to calf. Bring it up again, heel to knee. And then sink down, knee to calf one more time, hold here. Keep looking forward. And then slowly take it toward that half moon variation. Lift the right shoulder as you extend the right leg back. And just keep your lifted body in line. Maybe you stay diagonal, and that's fine. You're still looking past the front of the mat. Right shoulder and right hip high. Now if you can take it further, you can hinge from that left hip. Maybe lift the right leg higher and bring your body toward parallel, but you're still open to the right side. Just take it to where you can. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly bend the left knee, set the right foot down, open up to your right side, and take the straddle stance on this side. Heels in, toes out, and go ahead and adjust how far your feet are apart. Keep your shoulders pulled back, keep your chest open. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, lead with your chest, come down halfway and hold the halfway fold. Keep your gaze forward. And then just take this from one side to the next. So bring your torso as far left as you can. Lift your left shoulder, keep your legs straight, keep the fold as you twist. And then bring yourself through center, still with that fold, over to the right, and lift that right shoulder high, twist here. Now back through center. Bring it all the way to left again. Lift your left shoulder, find that twist. And then bring it back into center, you're still in that fold. Now with an inhale, reach the arms out wide. And with the exhale, bring the left hand straight down, right arm reaches straight up. Now stack the shoulders right above the left, bring your gaze up high. Keep your legs straight. You're still in that fold, but with a grounded twist. To take it deeper, right arm behind your back, palm face away, take that half bind. Use it to pull the right shoulder further back and just breathe. Now keep your twist, but look down at your left hand. And let's take this down to that version of Skandasana. So lift the right heel and bend the right knee. Sink to the right side, sit on the right heel. Let the toes of the left foot point up toward the ceiling, but that leg stays basically straight. Now, just keep the right shoulder pulled back. If you want to fold this down, you can bend the left elbow, maybe bring the forearm all the way to the floor. And if you want to work your balance in this position, keep your torso upright. See about dragging your left hand in closer to sit this up taller. Right shoulder still pulled back. And if you want to go further, see about lifting your left hand, make it into a fist. Reach your left arm in line with the left leg. Left shoulder pulled back, right shoulder pulled back as well. Keep your chest open. And again, really press into both feet if you're trying to balance this in place. All right, everybody, take an inhale. With the exhale, release both hands down between your knees. Now walk the hands to the front of the mat. Step the right foot forward next to the left. And then take an inhale. Lift this up halfway. Exhale, fold it down. Now once you set your hands down, bring them down shoulder width, grip the floor with your fingers. Feet together, lift your heels, sit on the heels with the knees wide of your arms. And then take into that crow push-up. Shoulders forward, elbows back, squeeze the legs around your arms. Look forward, lean forward the whole time. When your feet lift, touch the toes together. Now, see about pulling the elbows back. Maybe bring the shoulders down a little bit. Maybe take it deep and work to get your chin toward the floor. And then squeeze your legs in as you press back up. When you're ready, take one more vinyasa. And once you find it down dog, give yourself a moment and just breathe. When you're ready, let's take this into half pigeon. So with an inhale, raise the right leg high. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Go ahead, bring your left knee down, flatten the left foot behind you. Pull the left hip forward, keep it in line with the right, and just sink your weight straight down. And keep your hips square. Now look for at least some of that stretch on the right side, outer right hip or toward the glutes. And you can stay upright like this and keep the extension. You can go deeper if you want to take it toward a back bend. And if you want to sink down and just chill out, you can come down to the elbows and maybe melt down all the way. Just take it to where you need to right now and breathe with this. All right, and then from here, if your hands are forward, walk them back in. Go ahead, tuck the toes of your left foot, release your right leg, and just take a moment, shake it out. And then once the right foot comes down, inhale your left leg high. With the exhale, take this on the other side. Left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Go ahead, bring the right knee down, flatten the right foot behind you. Pull the right hip forward, keep it in line with the left, and sink your weight straight down. Now again, hips are squared, but look for that stretch in the outer left hip or toward the glutes on this side. Again, you can stay upright. You can move toward the back bend. You can come down to the elbows. You can melt it down all the way. Just take it to where you need to right now. All right, then again from here, if your hands are forward, walk them back in. Tuck the toes of your right foot, release your left leg this time. Take a moment, shake it out. And then once you bring your left foot down, bring your knees down to the mat. And this is where we're going to take it into Peacock. So do this with me because we just did the setup before when we took the wrist stretch. So like we did before, bring your knees out wide, wider than your hips like you're about to come into child's pose. Toes point toward each other. Now walk your hands in, and again, you're going to set your hands down on that line that you can draw between your hands. Now, keep in mind, to position this, fingertips at least 90 degrees to the side, right and left. The wrist stretch is part of the pose. So if you can, try to rotate your fingers back toward your feet. Come as far into that as you can, as far as you can manage. Now, how you set this up exactly is up to you. It depends on your body proportions, all right? So the whole thing is to get your elbows underneath your torso. So maybe that your hands are wide, and then the forearms are diagonal with the elbows coming into center. You may have to pull your hands together to get the elbows underneath. It depends on how long your limbs are in relation to the size of your torso. So feel this out and find that position first. So go ahead, bring your hands down on that line, palms down, fingertips to the side, maybe all the way back. Keep your seat low. Be sure you can pull your chest forward between the upper arms and bend the elbows in toward each other. And you're going to start from this position with weight on the hands right away. Keep the elbows pulling in toward you. Now, to take this further, pull your chest forward and look forward rather than down, which is what everybody wants to do. Let your knees go wider still to put more weight on the arms. And then go slow. Grip the floor. Look forward, lean forward, and as you lean forward, that'll take the weight off your legs and your knees will lift. Now you can hold this with the knees bent, and that'll be easier. If you want to go further, you can extend your legs to the sides, that's a straddle, and you can always bring your legs together, and you have to keep shifting forward and engaging your glutes to find that position. And keep in mind, that forward shift is what you need. So you're trying not to get your face to the floor. You need to find that back bend in the upper back so you don't just round down with your head on the floor, keep in mind. And that's part of the reason for that crow push-up. Now, you're welcome to try that setup again. Otherwise, I've got this entry here, and this is a little bit different. This takes it more directly from plank. So give this a try. So hands about shoulder width, wrists underneath the shoulders. Step your feet straight back and bring your feet together to start. Now, to adjust this position, and this isn't going to be exactly the same, keep in mind, it'll feel a little different. Slide your hands close to your feet, about 4 inches or so. And then here you have to adjust the hands. So your palms are down. Rotate your fingers to the sides, and then as far toward your feet as you can. Don't worry about being perfect here. And maybe the hands go closer together, maybe wider. But bring your chest forward between the upper arms. Pull the elbows in and set yourself down on the elbows. So you got to get the elbows underneath from the beginning. Look forward. Now, if you're going to keep your legs straight, all you have to do is shift forward to find the position. If you're going to do the knees bent, which is most people, keep the feet together, but walk them forward and let the knees go wide. And then look forward, lean forward to find your balance. Now here again, you can extend out to the sides, that's a straddle, or bring the legs together, chest pulling forward the whole time, try to look forward. And just take it the way you can. And just keep in mind, it's not exactly an easy pose to get into, but it is nowhere near as impossible as people make it out to be when they see somebody else do it for the first time. So feel free to work that one a little bit further. And if you had about enough of that, we'll move on to something easier. So if you're ready, go ahead, bring your legs out from underneath you and come all the way down onto your back. Once you're down, draw your knees into your chest and just squeeze everything in tight. And then let's take this to Supta Gomukhasana. So release the left leg, bring the left foot to the floor. And then right knee to the center of your chest. We're going to cross the legs here. So pull the left knee in directly behind the right. And then squeeze down. So it's opposite hand to opposite leg. Now you can hold the knees and that's good enough. Or maybe work the hands closer to your feet. And if you want to take it deep, curl your toes toward your hands. Pull the feet down toward the floor and up toward your shoulders at the same time. Now, whatever grip you have, keep the knees close to your chest and pull down, working to flatten your spine. And then as you pull down, press up into your hands at the same time. And just breathe into this. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, release your grip, untangle the legs. And let's switch this out. Right foot to the floor, left knee to the center of your chest. Open your left leg to 90 degrees. And then cross the legs. Bring the right knee in directly behind the left. Now again, you can have whatever grip you like. You can hold the knees or work the hands close to your feet. Or if you're going to take it deep, curl your toes toward your hands. Pull the feet down toward the floor and up toward your shoulders at the same time. Now again, whatever the grip is, keep the knees close to your chest. Work to flatten your spine first. And push back up into your hands as the hands pull down. Just breathe here. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, just release your grip, untangle the legs. And bring your knees into your chest side by side. And let's take happy baby. Reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. And stack your ankles above your knees. Now pull down on both sides. Draw the knees down toward the floor outside your ribs. Press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. And keep the tension working both up and down. Try to flatten your spine. Sink your tailbone toward the floor. Press back up into your hands as your hands pull down. And then if you want to take it further, you can rock a little bit side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally from here, take a deep inhale, draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat for a moment. And then just start to move again bit by bit. Fingers and toes. Arms and legs. Stretch this out long. Take a deep inhale and reach your arms out long past your head and just hold for a moment. And then pull things back in. Bring your elbows toward your chest. Draw the knees up as well. And just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. And then ground yourself into the mat, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. Take a deep inhale here, hold on to at the top. And then just let everything go. And thank you for joining class. Namaste.